Reading from the Japa Reform Notebook by His Holiness Satsvarup Das Goswami Maharaj. The seventh offense, a very great offense, is to commit sinful activities willfully while chanting Hare Krishna. Sometimes this is practiced in different religions. One gets forgiveness from the priest by confessing his sins, but then he immediately commits the sins again. Certainly, the representative of God is empowered to release you from sins if you actually ask for forgiveness, but not that you deliberately go out and sin again. This chanting process is a very good instrument because it will purify me from the sins that I intend to repeatedly commit. This is offensive treatment of the holy name. And if repeatedly a person does not reform in activity, then he cannot expect that just by asking forgiveness the thing is resolved. There has to actually be reform. You have promised the spiritual master before the fire, before the devotees, before the deities. Now don't make plans for sinful life. This is my plan. I will chant Hare Krishna, I will commit some sinful activities, and the chanting again will cleanse me. But I have no intention of actually stopping these sinful activities. I will use the chanting for my benefit. This mentality, confessing sins, getting benediction, and continuing sinning, is condemned. It will greatly hamper your advancement.
This is actually betraying the holy name or abusing the holy name. So if somebody out of good trust is entrusting something to me, and I tell them that I will very carefully hand over it back to them, but then I cheat them of the same. I take it and run away like a thief. In the same manner, when one abuses the holy name, abusing the holy name actually is what was said just now. That means repeatedly committing sinful activities with no plan for giving up the sinful activities and no intention for reformation, but considering that I can use the holy name for my purpose of cleansing the sinful reaction. Actually, this is same as using somebody's name who is a person of very good character. You can use his name to get your thing done. The same mentality can be observed there. For example, you will not lend out money to a person whom you don't trust, but if he takes the name of another person in whom you have a great trust, so he may use his name and take money from you, and then he may cheat you. Later on, you go to that great person in whom you have trust. He may say that I never told him. He has used my name to cheat you. So then he feels abused. In the same manner, Krishna's holy name is not different from him. It is capable of cleansing all our anathas in our heart. Just because the holy name can do this good work for us, we cannot abuse him for our own ulterior purposes. So, out of all the 10 offenses, this is considered the most terrible offense. So now some devotees may have a question. When we go from sinful life to pure life, between these two stages, there are stages where we are very vulnerable. So there is a possibility that we may fall back to sinful life. So is everything considered to be seventh offense? So therefore, this philosophy of Krishna consciousness is very, very fine, subtle philosophy. If one never intended to fall back, but one slipped back due to old conditionings, in the holy name will forgive that person and again elevate him. But if a person is repeatedly slipping, that means he is inattentive, he is careless, he is having no plan or program for uplifting himself. He is not making any active steps. Some people actually cry loudly when they commit a mistake, but afterwards they will keep doing the same mistake over and over again. So that crying simply is like crocodile tears, makes no sense at all. Therefore, the word reformation is used. Reformation means if I commit a mistake once, and if I commit the same mistake second time, in between the two, the holy name can ask us, what changes did you make in your life? Between stage 1 and stage 2. You committed mistake here, you fell. You are committing mistake here, you fell. Between here to here, what changes you made? If you say that, sorry, I didn't make any changes, that means we are not doing reformation. We have no plans to come out of sinful life. We are repeating the same thing. So therefore, when the holy name becomes displeased with us, the practical proof is we lose taste for the holy name. We become like a feverish person. Srila Vishwanath Thakur is asking a question. Even after drinking so much Charanamrit, which the scriptures promise that they completely destroy the material desires, even after eating so much Mahaprasad, even after taking the darshan of the deities several times, even after chanting holy names daily for so many months and years together, even after serving the Vaishnavas for so many years, even after having accepted the initiation and staying under the safe custody of the spiritual master, why does a jiva not feel the taste for chanting the holy name? The answer, he says, is seventh offense. So, if one commits the seventh offense by abusing the holy name and taking undue advantage of it, the holy name will become angry with us. When the holy name becomes upset with us, exactly like a servant who has displeased the master stops giving him appreciation or attention, uh, and then the servant becomes dried up in his life. Like that, we become dried up due to the holy name neglecting us. So then we will lose the taste in spiritual life, we turn away to material life, and so many other sufferings follow. Therefore, any devotee who is chanting Hare Krishna should be very careful not to take the holy name for granted and not abuse the holy name and treat the holy name exactly like Krishna, because holy name is not different from Krishna. So just as we are supposed to respect and give dignity to Krishna, same way one should treat the holy name very cautiously, understanding that this is the most terrible offense amongst all the 10 offenses. Harinam Prabhu ki.